hear me okay? How's everybody doing? You guys hear me okay? All right. My neighbors just started shooting off fireworks again, even though it's like way past July 4th, which in turn makes my dogs freak out. So I apologize if they start barking and raising hell. A little low. How about that? Is that better? Can you hear me now? Testing 1, 2, 3. Better, says Holly Boo. What's up, Holly? How's it going, everybody? I was saying, if you didn't hear me before, my neighbors just started shooting off fireworks again, which in turns makes my dogs freak out. There's one over here, like, hiding in the corner right now. So they may freak out and start barking and raising hell and climbing up my leg. Other than that, I've been sick all week and I just had a major coughing fit. So that might happen too. So it's amazing I have a voice right now. So what's everybody been up to? I think I have everything here that I'm doing. There's the link to the Google chat if anybody wants to come in and partake in this craziness called live streaming of the paranormal. Yeah, talking ghosts, the usual. I've got some other strange things to talk about tonight, as well as ghosts and whatnot, and maybe do some live ghost boxing as usual. And one of the things, if my messenger would stop going ballistic over here, one of the things is my grandparents' house, which is where my mom's living right now because they sold the old place that I grew up in, that I've done some videos and stuff from. Yeah, really, monster snakes again. In my grandparents' house, there's a ton of crap in it too, and there's this one old cool thing up in the yeah, man, come on, Perry, anytime. There's one old cool thing up in one of the rooms upstairs, which I'm kind of sketchy on going up there because the place is like termite ridden and my fat ass is probably going to fall through the floor. So I may have to take a buddy and a rope to tie around me. Anyways, there's an old radio that my grandfather built that's up there. And it's the thing, I'll get a picture of it. I haven't got it over here yet. But I used to play with it when I was a kid and listen to all this crazy stuff on shortwave radio bands and stuff. And I'm going to go over there and get this thing and try to get it running again. I mean, it's crazy. It's like this big. It's like, I don't know, 2.5, 3 feet long by like 2 feet high. And it's got all these dials and knobs and just crazy stuff all over it and gauges and stuff. And it looks like something out of Frankenstein's lab. And I'm going to hopefully get this thing working again. And, when I used to listen to it when I was a kid, I would hear all kinds of bizarre stuff. And anybody know what number stations are? Have you ever listened to number stations on shortwave radios? And, you know, I mean, I'm thinking this thing could possibly be some kind of kick-ass ghost box. That's just the way my brain works. Because when I was a little kid, I didn't really know what a ghost box was, you know, had no idea. But I heard some really crazy stuff on there. But yeah, number stations. Let me see if I can do this without knocking myself offline here. And I'll play a little video of some number stations. Maybe. I'm new at doing all this, so who knows what's going to happen. Yeah, Holly, I'm feeling a little better, but I still feel like pretty much shit warmed over. But yeah, I'm feeling better than I did yesterday, so that's an improvement. Okay, let's see if this works. You got to read this. I forgot and played the wrong one. There's no voice to this, so you got to read it. But this is what number stations sound like. It's just tones, beeps, voices, weird stuff. Some of it's even backwards. Number stations have been in operation since like World War I, and some of them are still going, and nobody really knows exactly. Well, somebody does, but nobody's saying what exactly these things are. But they're out there. And you can pick them up if you have a shortwave radio, or you can use like a radio listener off the internet. If you Google number stations, you can find a lot of info on them. Lancashire Poacher. This is a weird one. Plays a little music for us. Yeah, exactly, Perry.
39715. 39715.
I've got some bookmarked channels and stuff that are just weird voices and stuff, and that's exactly what I was thinking. You know, put them through the ghost box and play them reverse or whatever. Who knows? All in the name of experimentation, right? Yeah, exactly, TPI. There's some secrecy going on here somewhere. It's like I say, a few of these things are still operational to this day. And nobody's talking about what they are. This is the most viewed number station in the world. Sometimes the station will have over 200,000 listeners just listening to this kind of stuff. Bizarre. And they broadcast like 24/7. Minus the creepy background music. Video brought to you by Dark 5. So yeah, that's I don't know. I don't know what it is. I've researched it over the last few years, and everybody has theories about what it is and what it could be, and it's spies, it's encrypted communication, it's something, because it's happening right now as we speak. But I don't know what it is, but I thought, man, got to be able to do something with some of that sound coming out of some of these crazy number stations. What do you guys think? I've got a couple recorded already that I'm going to try to feed into audio to one of my, I don't know, one of the boxes I got, one of the apps or something. Yeah, exactly. TPI. Government, undercover, men in black, spies. Who knows, man? Who knows? Nobody's telling. But yeah, the whole thing that got me started today on this, I've been like researching it back and forth like over the last year or two, and got into listening to some stations for a while, and it's like, as stupid as it sounds, you like get hypnotized by this stuff. And I'm wondering, are they like brainwashing you when you're listening to this? Who knows? But there was a thing here in Jacksonville, Florida. It was a phone number, and it was, all the locals called it the Whistling Pickle. And I did, on my vape show that I do on Monday nights, I talked about this, I don't know, a couple months ago or whatever. And I actually called the number and we listened to it. And I was going to do that tonight for this show. And I called the number, and it's no longer in service. And this thing was around like in the 70s, and who knows how long it's been there. But apparently it's no longer in service. And there's all sorts of rumors about it, the folklore about it, the Whistling Pickle, you call it, and, listen to it. And it was just like a bunch of weird tones and like phone noises and just different tones, and like a busy signal would come in. And then at the end, you would hear weird, like muffled, creepy voices and stuff. And, all the internet rumors were, oh, if you call it and listen to it, I know a guy that listened to it, and 2 days later he killed his whole family. It was like one of those creepypasta things, but it was actually a number. I mean, I actually used to call it, and I would listen to it for a while. We listened to it live on one of my vape shows a couple of months ago, but sadly today I tried calling it and it didn't work. Bummer. But yeah, if you look up on the internet under like Reddit has some posts about it, and other stuff. And supposedly it's like a telecommunications testing thing. Who knows? Kind of like one of these number stations though. I mean, this thing ran for years. When I was a little kid, it was running, and I'm kind of interested as to why it doesn't work anymore. Just fairly recently, it doesn't work anymore. But anyways, who knows? Yeah, there's all sorts of rumors about it. If you listen to it, you know, you'll go kill your family, or you'll drive off a bridge, or your phone will ring and it'll be the devil. There's all these internet stories about it. I don't know. I called it several times and was mesmerized by the charming tones of it. And all my family are, you know, well, I won't say they're all still alive, but I didn't kill any of them. So that part didn't work on me anyways. But yeah, I'm kind of curious to wonder now. I was actually rummaging around the internet today looking for other weird numbers like that. Yeah. I know there was some, I forget what year it was. I know 9 Inch Nails, the band, they had a couple numbers that, you know, you would call, and they were just this bizarre stuff that you'd hear on the phone. And there was a movie, God, I forget what it was. Carrie. When Carrie first came out, they had a phone number you could call, and it gave you like weird messages and stuff. But the whistling pickle no longer works. I was kind of bummed. Yeah, exactly, Albert. Exactly. I mean, you start listening to that stuff and like these number stations, and you know, you can't help but wonder, what the hell is this? Am I being brainwashed? Is this like war games? Are they talking about secret spy stuff? Encrypted one-way signals? Who knows? Bizarre stuff. Yeah. I think this is the other video that I meant to play. Here we go. Let's play this one real quick. It's like 4.5 minutes. From stuff they don't want you to know.
From UFOs to ghost and psychic powers, history is riddled with unexplained events.
When I first heard this video, I thought this was Rusty Reporter doing this. Doesn't it sound just like him?
Here are the facts. If you own a shortwave radio, then you've probably already heard the story of number stations. Every so often, these unlicensed stations will interrupt their usual drone of static with bizarre transmissions, unidentifiable voices reciting strings of seemingly random numbers. Sometimes these voices speak English, and sometimes Russian or another language. The number stations began broadcasting shortly after World War I and have continued since. Even today, we don't know what these messages mean. We do, however, have some very strange guesses. Here's where it gets crazy. While almost all investigators agree the strings of numbers must be some sort of code, no one's sure what these codes mean. According to Mark Stout, the historian of the International Spy Museum, tracking the origin of the broadcast is difficult, and breaking the code is virtually impossible. He suspects the transmissions use a one-time pad system to encrypt their communication, meaning that the encryption key is random and changes with each message. So while internet and radio users may be able to listen to recorded audio of the broadcast or even catch one in progress, they have no way of decoding the message. This has led to a number of theories regarding the purpose of the stations, and these range from the plausible to the incredible. Some have claimed that the transmissions come from people lost in the Bermuda Triangle, or are even evidence of the infamous Men in Black. While these particular theories are typically ignored by skeptics, others are more difficult to dismiss. What if, for example, the number stations are the work of drug smugglers? Or what if it's all an elaborate hoax by
Smug
radio
drugglers.
pranksters? One of the most disturbing theories is, unfortunately, also one of the most plausible. What if governments are using number stations to communicate with spies and agents abroad? It's not as crazy as it might sound. In the late 1990s, the US government accused Cuban officials of using a number station to give orders to agents in the United States. And the motivation here is obvious. Since number stations are difficult to track and the encryption system is nearly unbreakable, it's a simple, safe way to communicate with spies without risking exposure. Even if someone manages to track down the transmission site, there's no way to locate the spies receiving the message. However, there are a few problems with this theory. First, if the number stations are so widespread, then why hasn't there been more coverage of these stations in the news? Second, why haven't more governments taken their concerns public? To those who believe this explanation, the lack of journalistic attention and the government denials are, if anything, evidence of government involvement. And there is compelling evidence that at least some governments do use number stations for espionage. For example, in 1997, Great Britain admitted that MI6 used number stations, and some scientists have succeeded in tracking down stations in Israel and the United States. Where does this leave us? Most of the evidence indicates that number stations are likely used for covert operations by several governments. And while growing numbers of shortwave radio enthusiasts investigate these stations, there are still few solid answers regarding the purpose of these stations. And with a few notable exceptions, the world's governments have remained silent. Is it because they have nothing to say, or is it because there's something they don't want you to know?
Stuff they don't want you to know.
Yankee, Hotel, Foxtrot, Group 1, 0, Group 1, 0, text, text.
Yeah, more weirdness from the number stations. I don't know how it works. What do you guys think? Is it all mumbo jumbo? Or could there be something behind it? Shortwave bingo, exactly. G5. Bingo. Let me get my walker. Exactly. And shortwave radio is still works perfectly fine and is highly overlooked by many. So yeah, I'm hoping to get this old radio of my grandfather's. He built it like who knows when. I mean, he was older than dinosaur farts when he died. He was like 99, and this thing had been in the house forever. So it's probably going to be a chore to get it working, but who knows? If I can't figure it out, I'm going to take it to somebody that might be able to figure it out. I want to get this thing running again. Who knows? Hell, I may plug it in and it may blow up, or it may just work just fine. So I'll make sure I'm like in the garage when I plug it in for the first time, just in case. Yeah. Yeah, that's what one of the things, that interested me when I bought the Ghost Arc was it has a shortwave channel on it. And I've heard a few weird replies with it, but not a whole lot yet. But it's real kind of picky. It doesn't really work that well in the house. It works out in my living room where I did a video with it before, and it works out and about. And seeing that I lost the antenna already, that probably doesn't help the reception any. But yeah, hopefully I won't blow up. That wouldn't be good. But yeah, that was one of the cool things that interested me in that device known as the Ghost Arc. That tall-tailed device that pissed a lot of people off. So somebody asked about doing a spiritist session. What say ye? We can do that. Yeah, they were. Yeah, my like I say, my grandfather built this radio, and I don't know if he built it with a kit or what, but yeah, he was the things. It's pretty insane looking. It looks like something, like I say, straight out of like Dr. Frankenstein's lab or like Tesla's lair or something. It's crazy looking. I used to sit at the desk up in this room where it was at when I was like probably 5 or 6 years old. And it, for some reason, to me, reminded me of an airplane cockpit. And I would, go off on my imaginary flying, turning all these knobs and hearing weird stuff. And who knows what the hell I was hearing when I was a little kid, especially back in that day. Ah, that's cool, Jamie. Yeah, exactly. I know. That would be my luck, is to plug it in. I'm without a doubt, I'm going to have to like open it up and, make sure there's no like varmints nesting in it. And I'm sure the cord that actually plugs into the wall is like dry rotted to hell and back. So I know that's going to have to be replaced. But yeah, who knows? If nothing else, maybe I'll just, if I can't get it working, I'll maybe just build some kind of ghost box inside it because it looks cool. Definitely not one for being portable, though. It'll have to be a house unit because it's way too big to be dragging around anywhere. Yeah, full of tubes. Yeah, exactly, Holly. Spiders. Who knows what's living in this thing? It's all metal and tubes and stuff. I know the house is ate up with termites, so I'm sure there's none in there, but who knows what else could be in there. Exactly. There's that voice that we were hearing on the radio last week. Or a few days ago. I can't even remember when it was. Taking so many drugs this week. It's all a blur. You guys hear that okay? As it decides to get quiet now. Yeah, I'm feeling better than I did yesterday. Each day is a little bit of an improvement. Yesterday was pretty bad. I thought I was dying. Maybe I'm just whiny when I get sick, but man, yesterday sucked. What's up, spirits? You guys hear me this evening? Anybody want to talk? A little bit. Are you shitting me? Telling me to be quiet so you guys can talk? Do we have anybody here with us this evening that wants to say anything? You guys tell who's in the chat room right now? You guys are always good at saying names of people in the chat room. Hey. This is the Spiritus. From Mr. Keith Weldon. The new updated version. On the chance of pissing the spirits off, which I hope I don't. The last time I did this, they seemed to get a little perturbed at me. But we'll see if we can do it live. Spirits, if you can hear me, you can see me. No. See, they're already saying, no, don't do this. Can you tell me what color this is? I promise I won't ask a ton of these questions. But just for a live show, can you tell me what color this is? Did it just say it? Maybe again? No. Can you say it really clear? What color is this?
White.
Oh, if you just said white, that's not right. Did you guys hear blue? I thought I did.
Man.
Did you guys hear it? I thought I did. I wasn't totally sure. Yeah, by the end of that video I did last time, they were getting pissed. Yep, did you hear that? I think I heard stop. For some reason, they don't like me doing that. They're like, come on, we're not circus clowns. But hey, it's no offense. I'm, just doing it for validation. Cool. I think I heard it again. Thank you. Okay, I won't pester you with the parlor tricks anymore, at least for a little while. Yeah, they were pissed at me. And I have no idea if this has anything to do with it. But after I made that video, I think it was Saturday morning. And by Saturday afternoon, I was sick as a dog. Not blaming it on you guys, but maybe, I don't know. Maybe they pushed some weird energy my way, because I swear in that video I heard sick amongst the other things they were calling me. Yeah, who knows, Holly? But after that video, man, I went downhill quickly. Exactly. Spirit sickness. So you guys have anything else to say? Do you guys feel temperature? Is it hot or cold where you're at? Did you say wet? I have no idea, Holly. I've been on investigations before and gotten nauseous and gotten all kinds of weird feelings. Headaches that just bam came out of nowhere. So, spirits, do you have the ability to make us sick or feel weird? Do you want to answer that? Exactly.
Need cereal.
Let's see if I can do the visual part of this without getting too much glare or reflection.
Social. Clear.
Oh man, a steak sounds good right now. Can you guys see that okay? Sick. I just heard it again. Yep, I've been sick all week, that's for sure. You guys can help me out and make me feel better. I'd really appreciate it. That one little weird sliver of light is from my camera. Can you guys show yourself maybe in the visual part of the spiritus? I just heard my name real light.
Sick.
Yep. I'm sick. You guys got that right. Mentally and physically sometimes. Hey, there's messages popping up. That little bit of light was pissing me off. Yeah, they did. Yellow fever wiped out a bunch of people around this town and many others way back in the day. Yeah, keep saying able and keep saying sick. I'm sick of being sick. So who's here with us right now? Can you tell us your name? I see my reflection in there. Hi. I'll try to stay out of Yeah, can you tell us who got sick besides me? And hopefully I don't pass away. But can you tell us who got sick? Yep, starring. I use ghost apps, box apps, whatever, and radios. I use them all. I like them all. Abel? Again? Is Abel the name of somebody? Or is somebody able to get sick from spirits? Oh man, Rusty's classic. I love that guy. So again, is Abel your name? Is that what you're trying to say? Yeah, it is. Uno? Yeah, I think I heard somebody say help. How can we help you? What can we do to help you? That's what we're really here for, you know, to communicate and help if we can. like pizza would be nice. I always wondered, do spirits get hungry? Eat? Yeah. I'm assuming that means yes. I've had some pretty amazing conversations about food with spirits before.
Rose.
I've heard eat a few times now. Holly delivers pizza. Do you guys like pizza? You guys know what pizza is? Can you say pizza for us? No. Okay, I'm not gonna push you. You know me. I ask some goofy questions sometimes. Wow, you guys are getting chatty. He's hurt. I heard that again. How are you hurt? Warm? I'm getting confused. I try to talk to you guys as if, you were spirits, you are spirits that, once walked around here. So I try to talk to you like normal people. I don't like to be like totally serious all the time, but if you have a problem, I'd like to try to help you. Yep. Yeah, they might be laughing at us. Dude, listen to these morons. You're just babbling, inconsistent rambling. Okay, did somebody say they were hurt? Who's the one that's hurt? I love that noise. Thanks for doing it again for me. Yeah, they might not. Okay, spirits, I don't mean any disrespect to you. I'm just a goofball. I'm sure you know what the word goofball means. I have a weird sense of humor, and I know some of you out there do too, so. Do you guys like this app called the Spiritus? Is it easy for you to communicate through? You guys have any questions you want me to ask them? And if you look at this visual part of this app, you definitely start seeing faces. Yeah, I thought I heard that name. Holly wants to know if you can see us, me or anybody. When we're talking to you, can you see us? I heard like several yeps and yeses. That's cool. Thank you. I heard those yeps like pretty much right away. Okay, spirits, here's one for you that kind of baffles me because we've done a lot of live shows with people in different locations. If I'm talking to you here and Holly's asking a question where she's at, can you see both of us? Did they say we can or we can't? So spirits, again, can you see me and somebody that might be asking a question in another state or different part of the state or across the country? Can you see us both? Yeah, sometimes they get kind of loud, Lindsay. Forget what app I was running here the other day, and man, it was like normal, and it came on like somebody screamed, and I about crapped myself. Came out of nowhere. Lindsay wants to know if you guys can say her middle name. I have no idea what it is. So if you guys can say her middle name. This is the Spiritus from Keith Weldon. You guys know what Lindsay's middle name is?
Yep.
As my iPad just went to sleep there. Wow, that's a trip, Thomas. Is Bill still here? You guys know what Albert's nickname is? Who are you guys saying is sick? Me or one of you there? Heard Bill again. That monster voice trips me out. haven't tried that yet, Thomas. Sure, we could arrange it though.
We're not
Holly wants to know if you spirits can tell us, do you know that you're dead, or do you consider yourself dead? I would say you're maybe dead from this realm, but you've obviously moved on to another one. Am I correct about that? How do you guys see it? Yes, so am I, Lindsay. Yeah, Barbie, Texas has been catching hell. Both sides. Like, depends on what part you're in, I guess. It's either flooding or it's hotter than Satan's anus. Although here in North Florida, it's been pretty darned hot as well. The weather said the heat index was 111 here yesterday. I wouldn't know because I didn't go out of the house pretty much all day. I held the couch down most of the day. Took my dogs out to pee a few times, and that was about the extent of it. Yep. So again, spirits, is it hot or cold where you're at? Do you feel the temperature?
No.
What did that say? Heat? Yeah, exactly, Lindsay. Was I hearing things, or did it just say asshole? You guys know me. I ask the weird questions sometimes. I don't mean any disrespect. I'm just curious. You guys seem to know a lot of the answers, and I seem to need a lot of the answers. What did they say? Curiosity killed the cat? Good thing I'm not a cat. Although I do have a big cat tattooed on my arm. Huh. Better rethink that. Guys want me to run a different app or radio or something? Exactly. Welcome to our insanity. Ew. That's saying you or ooh.
What?
All right. That was a little bit of the Spiritus. Pretty cool app. I've got some pretty cool sessions recorded with that thing. And a couple pretty freaky ones. One extremely freaky one. Do you guys want to hear the really freaky one? Because I'd like somebody else to listen to it and see if they're saying what it sounds to me like they're saying. Okay, let me see if I can pull this one up. This one's kind of strange. It's probably the strangest reply I've ever gotten out of a ghost box. But I want some other people to listen to it because I may just be hearing things. So you guys are going to have to tell me if I'm tripping. Let me see if I can find it. Where, oh, where is it? Here we go. Okay, this one's explicit, so just giving you the warning. And again, this is with the Spiritus. And this video is actually up. I just didn't tag this when I heard it.
What? Is there anybody here that would like to talk?
Okay, now it's slowed down. I bump the volume up right here a little bit.
Is there anybody here that would like to talk?
Okay. Did you guys hear that? Or am I just hearing things? I heard the first one when I first did the video, and I didn't hear the second part. I just heard right now. You guys heard that? Did it sound like anything else to you? Yeah, Holly, I gotta say, I was a little creeped out on that one. Yeah. Yeah, Starry. I thought it was pretty clear too. like I say, I didn't hear the second part, and I played it. My wife came in here, and I was like, you want to listen to this and see if you hear this? And she heard the first part, and then she heard the second part, and I went back and listened to it again, and I was like, damn. She's like, who exactly are you talking to on the spirit box? Hey, I don't know. Yeah, that one kind of freaked me out a little bit. I think that's officially the weirdest. I've got some pretty weird replies, and I've got the evil sounding ones and the devil and the demons and blah blah blah. I haven't ever really got ones like that before, though. So that was kind of rocked the boat a little bit. I was like, wow. Yeah, that's officially my weirdest ghost box reply. Man, if they start getting weirder than that, I don't know. I have to start wearing a raincoat when I do these ghost box sessions. Because who knows what's going on there. Get some weird ectoplasm on me or something. Yeah, I just wanted to know if I was just hearing things in that, but that's what it sounded like to me. So I'm glad some of you have confirmed that. Exactly. It's like every time I turn the Spiritus on now, I'm like, is it going to get weird? Oh, man. Yeah, exactly. That's the first thing I thought was some weird succubus thing. I'm like, I've read stories about that. I'm like, does that really happen? And then I got that reply, and I was like, oh, hell no. Shit just got weird up in here. Awkward. But not in the butt. But I will say, I can't really remember if this was right before this or right after this. I woke up in the middle of the night. I want to say this was right before this. I woke up and I thought my wife had got up and like taken the dogs out or something. Because I woke up and there was what I thought my wife was sitting on the end of the bed, like sitting on my foot on the end of the bed. And I kind of like moved my foot around, and kind of went back to sleep. And then it was just bizarre. I can't tell if I was dreaming or if I really woke up and thought there was somebody sitting on the end of the bed. I thought it was my wife sitting on the end of the bed because sometimes, our dogs will wake us up and they'll want to go out and pee at, some weird hour in the morning or something. So I thought that's what it was. And she was just like, came back in the room and was sitting on the edge of the bed. So who knows? Maybe that was, she was trying to crawl in bed with me. I don't know. Exactly. I asked my wife the next morning, I'm like, did you get up in the middle of the night and take the dogs out? Were you sitting on the end of the bed? And she's like, no, why? And I'm like, oh, no particular reason. No, I told her what happened. And she was just like, oh, man, you got more sage, right? Yeah. At my old house, I had not sitting on the end of the bed, but we woke up in the middle of the night. Well, I've told this story before, but it still freaks me out. my dogs were barking. Well, my dog at that time was barking and growling. And there was what sounded like a woman in my room talking, like in tongues or something, mumbling. And I didn't go back to sleep that night. I was just laying in bed. Wide-eyed. Starry, I don't know. When I woke, it was what woke me up was I felt something like sitting on my foot. And so, I'm assuming I felt like I was awake. I don't know. I think I was awake. I mean, I'm used to weird shit like that happening. So it doesn't like send me over the edge, And like I say, I thought it was my wife sitting on the end of the bed. So I was like, whatever. And I kind of went back to sleep, sort of. But yeah, I think I felt it and then I saw it. It's kind of weird. And it got weirder when I asked her if she'd gotten up in the middle of the night and sat on the bed. And she was like, no, why? So I was like, oh, yeah, okay, here we go. Yeah, I see lies. Yep. Yeah, I've had some weird experiences like that before that were kind of unnerving. This particular one didn't really bother me that bad, especially at the time, because I didn't think anything about it. But I've had the old, like, been held down before, like woke up and like it felt like somebody had me by the throat. That wasn't cool in any which way or form at all. Yeah, I was kind of freaking out on that. It was that, and like the skeptic in me is always like, am I just hallucinating? Am I tripping? Did I eat weird mushrooms in the spaghetti sauce tonight? There's always that skeptic side of me that's like, I got to debunk this. That just really didn't just happen. Or did it? Makes me kind of think I'm crazy sometimes. But hey, maybe I'm crazy a lot of times. I don't know. But yeah, I've had several weird things like that happen. Yeah, I see lies. I'm pretty much agree with you on that. I've had some strange things happen that, like, where I've no question I was awake and hadn't been drinking or doing drugs or anything, and just had some bizarre stuff happen that I just can't explain. But hey, that's what intrigues me about this whole paranormal thing, is it's just intriguing and interesting, and a lot of stuff that's happened to me would, like a lot of my friends, they're like, hey, I ain't coming to your house. You're kind of devil worshiper or something. Some of my friends just aren't into it, Some of my family members just aren't into it. But, there's a lot of, exactly, Holly, we're not alone in many, many ways, whether they're spirits or freaking aliens or who knows. Speaking of aliens, I've seen some pretty interesting UFO videos and stuff lately on the old interwebs. Some of them have been explained and some of them haven't. And it seems to be, I always wonder, are there more UFO like videos and pictures and stuff on the internet just because, everybody's got a camera, everybody's got a phone of some sort, it still bewilders me how, you know, there's so many crappy pictures of UFOs. It's like, damn, what is your phone from, 2001? I mean, update that sucker. Get at least up to 5 megapixels. But yeah, I mean, is it because everybody has more phones, or is it because there's more UFOs, aliens, little green men, whatever you want to call it? Is there more of them making themselves known? And my other theory on that is, I could walk out right now and look up and go, holy crap, there's a UFO. And I could take a crystal clear picture of it, come in here and post it on the internet, and everybody would say, that's fake. That's fake. It's like nobody believes it, especially this day and age when stuff's so easy to fake. But yeah, you could go see the most amazing thing you've ever seen, take a picture of it, post it on the internet, and you get some people that would believe it, but the majority of people would be like trying to totally debunk that and, say it's something else. I mean, you could walk out there and a freaking UFO could land in your yard and spacemen could come out of it and shake your hand and you could take a picture of them, you hanging out with them. Hopefully they're not eating your eyeballs or something. Post it on the internet. People would say it's fake. So my question is, do aliens, UFOs, whatever you want to call them, do they really need, even our government, do they really need to hide as much stuff today? Because people can take a picture of it, post it, and nobody's going to believe it anyways. They'll think you're crazy. So do they even really worry about hiding as much? Does our government, men in black suits, whatever, do they really worry about hiding so much stuff anymore? Who knows? I don't know. So I'm like a bizarro mind. I can go from just one thing to the other. Yeah, I think there's a lot more tech out there that we don't know about. Just like going to the moon. Supposedly we went to the moon. That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother show. But when did we get to the moon? Late 60s? And I was reading something about the computer, the memory that was in the computer, on that spaceship was like compared to something like a cheap calculator nowadays. And we went to the moon. How come we can't do that now? Is there something up there that, we're not supposed to touch or see or whatever? Who's going to go to the moon next? I probably would most likely say it's not going to be the US. Will it be Russia? China? Japan? I don't know. To the moon, Alice, one of these days. Exactly. Yep, exactly. I see lies. I know I don't know, but I believe that there's a lot of tech stuff out there. I don't know. Maybe we thought of it. Maybe we didn't. Maybe we made a deal. We don't mess with this and they'll show us how to do that. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. What's under the ocean? It's like we're exploring space and all that, but oh, we don't even know what's right out, sitting off the coast here half the time. So speaking about aliens and stuff, this is one of my most famous alien stories. You guys know the story of Travis Walton, right? Know who Travis Walton is? It's like one of the most famous UFO abduction stories in recorded history. I've always been fascinated by that guy's story, and saw the movie years ago, A Fire in the Sky, or whatever it was called. You don't know who Travis Walton is? Oh my God. If you've never seen Fire in the Sky, which is a movie, then it was made about Travis's experience and what happened to him. And like I say, it's a movie, it's Hollywood, so things are changed and all that, but the basis of it is pretty much there. Yeah. Fire in the Sky, Travis Walton. Well, they've made a new movie, and for some reason I haven't seen it yet. But here is a kind of a clip of the movie and a quick rundown to make a long story short. It was like 1975, November 5th, I think. These guys were out in the woods logging, cutting trees and stuff. End of the day, they're wrapping it up. They're cruising down the road in the work truck. They're like, holy crap, what is that? This big bright light comes down. They stop the truck. They get out to check it out. Travis goes up to it, just like you see in the movies. Beam of light comes out. Wham! Travis is gone. And all his buddies are standing there going, holy shit, Travis is gone. They're freaking out. They freaked out, literally left. They came back because they felt bad because their friend was there. They looked for him. He wasn't there. They went back to town and they told people what happened. Went to the sheriff's department, told them. So right away, the sheriff's like, it was considered a missing person. It was considered a homicide because they didn't know if they got in a fight and killed the guy. Missing person, homicide, and UFO abduction. That's what they told them happened. That's what they saw. That's what they told them. Nobody believed them. They all took polygraphs. They all passed perfectly. Still to this day, they still continue to take polygraphs. They all pass them flawlessly. Travis has never really changed the story from what he said 40 years ago. And yeah, check this out. This is a clip from the new movie that I am gonna order right away because for some reason I haven't seen it. It's on DVD. This is Travis and two of the guys. One of the guys, Steve Pierce. There's a little bit about what he has to say about it. And when everything went down, these guys got ridiculed. They got teased. They got heckled. People were like, you guys are full of crap. There's a lot to go on when you say you've seen a UFO and it sucked your friend up and it disappeared. People are going to not believe you. And I don't know. Let me see if I can get this right.
The Travis Walton abduction case is one of the most famous cases in ufology. Until recently, Walton himself has been the only one on the public stage telling the story from that night in November of 1975. This past February at the International UFO Conference, Walton was joined on stage after more than 30 years by John Goulet and Steve Pierce, two of the workers present with Walton at the time of this
That's
event.
Travis in the middle.
It was just hovering there in the air. You got hit by the light. This blue screen light came out and it zapped him. I had no idea if you were dead or alive. They were going to hang us for murder. They thought he was dead. Some people believe you and some people don't. And the people who don't are awful hard on you.
Since the conference, Pierce has received a considerable amount of attention. Many, including open minds, have told the story of Pierce and what he has experienced since that night and since the conference. Pierce has come to Open Minds in what he claims will be his last interview to set the record straight on some of what he feels are misconceptions with his story.
I didn't leave Arizona because of Philip Glass. You know, I didn't leave Texas because of Philip Glass. I left those places for, I left Arizona because I was started being harassed by everybody. I can't sleep at night. I stress all the time. I'm scared of the woods. I cannot sleep in the woods by myself.
Especially when you hear banjo music.
In my family, they do not believe me. And that's what really hurts the most.
Yeah, that would suck if
My
your family
ex-wife
doesn't
used to
even
tell me
believe you.
not to tell nobody because they thought I was nuts. You can't don't be going to somebody's house and telling them the story because it's embarrassing. They think you're nuts. I don't even believe she really believed the story.
Pierce was only 17 when the occurrence took place, and local law enforcement subjected all involved to a polygraph test to attempt to find the truth. Pierce passed the test. However, the barrage of skepticism had a deep effect on him.
I don't lie, and I passed the polygraph test. We proved that we saw a UFO, But no matter what you come up with, they're not going to believe you. The people who believe are going to believe, and the people who don't aren't going to believe.
His life since then has centered on distancing himself from what took place. Steve, which is actually his middle name, went back to using his true first name, Jeff.
Well, I started driving a truck, and I started using my first name instead of my middle name because Stephen is my middle name, and I got completely away from it because people would laugh at you, thinking this was a hoax. The first 5 days they thought we were murderers, and then after that they thought it was a hoax. Cop came to the door and said, "I'll give you Phillips Glass said he'd give you $10,000 if you say it's a hoax." So he left. I just blew it off.
Philip J. Klass, known for his skepticism regarding UFOs, continued to harass Steve over the years through telephone calls and eventually flying to Texas to try to coerce Steve in person. Pierce has maintained his story through it all.
He found me in Texas, and he was calling me up and saying that he'd give me this money if I say it was a hoax, And I was already mad at Travis and Mike, So I was going to go ahead and take the money because it was 78, and I had, a bunch of little kids, and I needed the money, but I didn't take it.
So what was it that made Pierce come forward after all these years? Through all of the disbelief that Pierce has had to endure, one very important person has and will always stand by his side.
I got involved back in it because of my daughter, because she's really a believer. We was watching the film, and my name was changed. So I told her that's me, and she wanted me to prove it, So that's how I got a hold of Travis last summer for the first time. She reads UFO books. She's really into this. She really thinks there's, she
Steve Pierce experienced that night can be read in his eyes and felt in his presence. His stare shows a man who's experienced his share of trials and battled with the doubt cast upon him.
You got all these people out there saying it's not true, you know, and that really.
All right, night, Lindsay. Yeah, so that's that's a little bit more about Steve, more so than Travis, but Travis has not ever really changed his story, and that's one of the guys that was with him there. And this new movie that's out, I think it's called geez, I'm having a brain fart, and I just was reading about this earlier. It's like Travis the Real Story or something like that. I'll see if I can find the link here and put it up. But yeah, the DVD, you can buy it. I think it's $20. I don't know if it actually went to movie theaters or not. Like I say, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm definitely going to check it out. It's pretty interesting. That story has always intrigued the crap out of me, and I mean, if you put yourself in say his position, if that really did happen and your own family, your own wife, whatever, doesn't believe you after all those years, that's gotta suck. So I don't know. But yeah, that's always been one of my favorite ufology stories. And the original movie, Fire in the Sky, was pretty good too. Like I say, things have, definitely changed in there. But yeah, if you've never read about Travis Walton, there's some interviews with him, some pretty good ones. And there's a few that are fairly new even. And yeah, it's pretty strange. pretty bizarre. Yeah, I see lies. That's pretty much the way I am. Yeah, Starry, I've heard something about that. I can't recall it exactly right now, but yeah, the guys that were camping near a lake and like had some kind of weird time slip thing. Back to the Future. They went 88 miles an hour. I don't know. But yeah, I have heard of that. And that's a pretty bizarre story as well. Yeah. Hey, Love Peace, what's up? Well, I was going to go till 11, which is about another 15 minutes or so. But I don't know. My wife will be coming home and I got dinner cooked in there, so I can't stay on here too long tonight. Yeah, I see lies. I feel pretty much that way as myself, Like I say, I got friends that don't believe the whole paranormal thing, and they're like, you're just imagining it all. There's a perfectly good explanation for everything that happens. And I'm like, yeah, that's, I'm not going to argue with you. I mean, if you want to believe that, that's cool. But I've had experiences that I just cannot explain. And you'll know when it happens to you. And one of my friends that told me that, it was only about probably 3 weeks later, he posted on Facebook. He was like, dude, I'm working in a house. He does like, carpentry work and all that kind of stuff. And so I'm working in a house and weird stuff's happening, dude. And I can't explain it. Stuff is moving and I'm the only one in here. I'm like, uh-huh. My case in point. Not saying you have to believe it's paranormal, but you just said you can't explain it. And he's like, dude, I can't explain it. I have no idea what's going on. Stuff was moving. Tools were being moved. Hearing voices and hearing weird noises. And he's the only one there. And this was like a nice, it wasn't like an old rundown, house that maybe had like crackheads living in the back room. It was a nice house. So there was no like security issues or anything going on. And yeah, that kind of changed his thought on things, I think. He still wasn't 100% on board with ghosts are real, but he was like, weird shit happens and I don't know how to explain it. I'm baffled on this one, man. I was like, yeah, I told you. Have I seen a ghost? Yeah, I think I have. Just on my last little adventure in the graveyard. I don't know what we saw, but there's 3 of us there that saw it. And it was bizarro. Totally, all 3 of us saw it. So yeah, I would consider, I don't know if it was a ghost, an apparition, shadow person. I don't know what it was. But it was bizarre, that's for sure. What up, Perry? You back? I just been rambling on about all kinds of crazy stuff and showing videos and just got the NyQuil brain going. So I'm just a paranormal babbling fool tonight. Whoa. What happened there? The 5-0 was involved. Can't be a good thing. Was things getting rowdy in the hood? They do around here where I live every once in a blue moon. It's usually pretty calm though, but came home a couple of weeks ago and there was like 5 cop cars at the end of my street. I was like, oh, hell, something's going down. Never found out what it was, though. Maybe they saw a ghost. Oh, man. That sucks. Is everything cool now? Hopefully so. You just decided to go for a late evening walk and didn't tell anybody? If it's anything like my dad, he, I came walking back and was like, what's all the hoopla about? What the hell is everybody so excited about? Yeah, I know that feeling though. That can be a shocker. Gets the old adrenaline pumping. Yep. And my grandmother would she's my aunt. My aunt lived to be almost 101. Or almost 100. But she even in her late 90s and stuff, she was still up walking around, had total, mind clarity, all that, was cooking this and that. And every once in a while she'd just take off out of the house, go downtown to go shopping or something.
Hey, Rob.
Hey man, what's up?
Not too much. Just had an eventful hour or something about that.
Sounds like it.
That was no fun at all.
Yeah, no doubt.
Because he's got Alzheimer's, so we got to keep a close eye on him. And he was sitting out in back of the house, and I was just about to pop on here and thought, let me go out there and check and make sure he's okay and everything's all right. And he's gone. I was like looking all around the house. He's not anywhere inside the house. He's not anywhere outside the house. I'm walking up and down the streets, seeing if I could see him in the distance, walking down the block or anything, and nowhere to be seen. So I called up my brother, and because he doesn't live too far away, and he's like, well, call the police up, and give him a description, get him out looking for him. We gotta go driving out looking for him. I said, well, I don't want to leave the house if he comes back. He didn't even have keys to the house or any ID on him or anything like that. And so I thought, well, if I'm not here when he comes back, he's not going to be able to get back into the house.
Yeah, exactly.
And just as the police are pulling up, he comes walking back just like no big deal. And I guess he had thought he was going to the bank, but of course the bank was closed hours ago. It's like, I was just walking up to the bank here.
Everybody freaking out about.
Closed. I mean, he was gone for about an hour. I mean, so I don't know if he was just standing outside of the place, pulling on the door handle for that long, or walking around to the different doors, because the bank that he went to is only a block away. So I'm not sure what he was doing for that long of an amount of time.
Wow. Yeah, who knows, man?
So that was no fun at all.
Yeah, no doubt.
But anyway, yeah, that was pretty cool. That shortwave stuff you were doing early on.
Oh yeah.
And it's really weird that you started talking about that today, because earlier today, I sort of started thinking of it with I don't know if you saw. Well, yeah, I think you were in the chat room during Steve's stream yesterday, and Rusty was using a manual tune radio that he has, where he just sit there and spinning the dial. And so I started looking up on a few different websites. I was checking eBay and Amazon and even like Walmart and Target and some stores and stuff, and looking to see what kind of manual tune radios were available, and spotted one on Amazon. I forget what the price was now. It wasn't very expensive. And it has shortwave.
Oh, cool.
On it, and I was thinking, maybe that could be interesting, to cycle through that, to see.
Yeah, exactly.
What comes through, you'd be getting foreign languages and stuff, maybe, and because I know with that, it's sort of worldwide and international as far as the shortwave stuff, and which is weird maybe it's bounced through satellites or whatnot, because you think, how do you get it on a little radio here at my house? How do I get something from over in Germany or Russia or wherever?
Yeah, I don't know how that works, but I mean, I remember being a little kid, you know, and you probably do too, listening to a transistor radio, you know, on AM and picking up, you know, French, German, who knows what.
Right. Yeah.
That's
So
one
yeah,
of
they
the,
probably, bounce it from tower to tower or whatever, or well, now they probably do it through satellites and,
yeah.
bounce the signal around the planet and stuff. But yeah, it seemed like a pretty cool. And now after seeing that stuff, it's like I'm really interested in it.
Yeah, definitely.
Weird and wacky stuff on that shortwave and some of those signals. Just to even not even sweeping through it, even just locking in on one of those stations.
Yep.
Could be pretty cool to see if
yeah, there's some crazy stuff on there.
Because especially if they're, if it's all foreign language and you're using it like a ghost box sort of thing, and get English responses coming through,
Yeah.
That'd be pretty interesting to see, to see what you get as far as a ghost box application.
Yeah. I mean, you never know.
Yeah. And the one I saw too, it's, unlike the one you were talking about, it's a little portable one that, it's, I don't know the exact size of it, but it looks fairly small. It's a little portable job. In fact, it's one of those emergency type radios, and I guess it even has a weather channel. And I guess it takes, a couple of runs on, I think, like 4 AA batteries.
Yeah.
And then it also has the thing on the side where you can crank it.
Yep.
And use it like a generator thing in case you don't have any batteries or no way to power it, and you're caught out in a storm, and out camping or whatever. You can just give it a few cranks and powers it up for a little while.
Yeah. I was looking at one of those crank radios in Radio Shack the other day. I always, if I got a few minutes, I'm always like going in there and looking at, gizmos and gadgets and weird parts and stuff. And I saw that and I'm thinking,
Yeah, it's interesting, Cool to have, because that way you don't have to burn through a bunch of batteries too,
Exactly.
Run it off of the crank handle.
And it'd be good too if, you do get in a power outage or something. You can always crank it and still pick up radio.
Yeah, true.
That link I just put in there, Holly, is that's a link to a bunch of recorded number stations. There's, I don't know, there's a ton of them. You can listen to them in MP3 or whatever you can download. I've got some of them downloaded here, actually. But yeah, there's a bunch of recordings. Some of the stations are still running. Some of them are no longer active or whatever. But yeah, like I say, those number stations, there's several that they've been running for years and they're still running. And nobody can really figure out why. Somebody knows why, but nobody's telling.
Well, I guess, some people are into that still, into the old, just like CBs, they still sell CB radios, Well, I guess truckers still use them,
Yeah, I've got a CB radio, and I'm going to see if I can rig it up in here somehow. And the one from the old shortwave radio that my granddad built, I want to get that thing going. I can already tell I'm going to need a bigger room.
Yeah.
This little room I'm in is somehow getting smaller.
Filling up with too much stuff. Huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Happens. I know what you mean. I'm accumulating quite a bit of stuff myself these days.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, where do I put it all?
Exactly.
In fact, wanted to say thanks for the heads up on that Spring King unit. I was checking that out and actually saw on YouTube it had like a demo video showing it, someone playing it with on different settings and stuff. I think it might have been a demo from the company that makes it.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, it sounds really good, you know. I mean, because I can remember, you know, growing up having the old, you know, the old amps back in the 70s, you know, when I first started playing, you know, where you would, if you would accidentally bump into it or just moving it around, setting it down, you would hear the sound of those springs shaking inside of it. So I went ahead and ordered one.
Oh, nice.
They had them on Amazon available, because I saw it Guitar Center. They had it listed, but it said like they were back ordered or whatever. They weren't available for a couple of weeks or something. And then I checked Amazon and they had them available, and so I went ahead and ordered one. And I figured once I get that, I'll put this other unit that I have back up for sale on eBay. And you know, if I'm lucky, maybe I'll even make a little profit on it, because I saw a few of them sell for quite a bit more than what I bought this one for. So
when you said what you paid for that, I was like, wow, because I looked at them too, and even you got the dual, right?
Yeah, it's the number 2, where it's got it's actually got 4 inputs, because it's got for a microphone, one's labeled microphone, one's labeled instrument, and each of those have 2 inputs. So it has 4 inputs. It's even actually has an input for a foot pedal. You know, to turn it on and off through a foot pedal. And so that's pretty cool. I mean, it didn't come with that, but you know, it's
I saw them going for $200-$300 easily.
Right. Yeah, that's why I was surprised that I got this one for the price I did. So and I mean, and it works. You know, it works good. I mean, I don't know, you know, maybe it sounded better when it was new, you know, because I know compared to the sound of that Spring King, that seems like it has a lot more of that nice, you know, the spring sound to it. Really, you know, really comes through. I don't know, maybe this one, who knows, you know, over time metal gets sort of, you know, you gets pitted and corroded. Who knows what the insides of that thing look like. But so I figure, what the hell, you know, I'll go with that, you know, because it is, you know, able to run on battery power, and so this way I could take it out with me if I want to investigate. Now it's a little bit big, but still, you know, you could pack it up in a bag and use it on investigations, you know. So it's pretty darn cool.
I've always been a fan of Dan Electro stuff. I mean, the guitar that's hanging on my wall back there it's a Dan Electro.
Oh, really? They definitely make good stuff.
I've always wanted, you know, I mean, for a cheap body guitar, I mean, they just have that, you know, vintage kind of weird classic kind of tinny sound, and perfect for spring reverb.
Yeah, right.
like, you know, surf guitar style music and stuff. And
exactly.
That's the reason I bought that one. Although I suck at playing the guitar. I'm a bass player, but I can still manage a few things. So I can't wait to check that out. And it'll be cool to, you know, not only just for ghost boxing, but like you say, dual purpose, you know, to plug my guitar into as well. Because I mean, you know, you just really, you know, as good as the digital reverb sounds, it just doesn't get that same sound as a real spring. You know, I'm sure you know, because exactly,
it can come real close, but it doesn't quite have that same tone to it, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Can I play as a song? Yeah, we'll have to do that one night. Both break out our guitars, and of course I got a drum set back here too. So
I don't know. I wonder how that would sound, though. It might.
Yeah, who knows?
It might just get all staticky, you know. With the...
Yeah.
I don't know, because I know even when I've played myself here, it's sometimes the sound, you know, when the sound level gets kind of high, it gets kind of broken up and kind of messed up sounding.
Yeah.
And with 2 people playing at the same time, that might really, you know, just Make it all fuzzed out and crackly.
Garage band style.
Yeah, nobody will be hearing.
Ramones or
Hear like every third note will come through.
exactly.
Well, what I did notice though is when I was playing at a lower volume, it came through much better.
Yeah.
But then it's not. You can't hear it as well. Yeah. Because then when I would turned it up louder, the few times I played on a live stream, when I turned it up a little bit louder, the sound got kind of, I don't know, kind of crackly and crappy sound. Especially too if I was playing and talking at the same time. It's like one or the other would get kind of canceled out almost,
Huh.
Kind of almost like X the other one out, I don't know why. It's weird. So, anyway.
I see lies. Did you send me a message on my Facebook? Like under my name or under Old City Vapors? And how did your session go that you just did? Love Peace? With your mini portal going on. Must be under Old City Vapors. I see I have a message.
Oh, I see her. Now I see your message further up there, just to the session.
Yeah.
PSP7. Oh, 3 sessions then. The PSP7, the Portal app, and the Spiritist. So, a triple session.
There you go.
I do that sometimes though, when I decide to do something, I'll do a few minutes with one device and then shut that down and do a few minutes with something else.
Yeah, exactly.
Same thing, that I do sort of on the live streams. I'll do one after the other.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Yeah, I had the Spiritist running earlier and was asking some questions.
Well, yes, I caught just the beginning of that one.
Yeah,
and
old, what color is this? I didn't.
Right, yeah, that's why. Yeah, it sounded like they said blue, because that I did see. That I was here for.
Cool. Cool.
Seemed like they were chatting. Did they?
Yeah, we got
tell
some,
you anything.
We got some
What's
pretty
that?
interesting replies.
Oh, that's good.
And of course, I had to ask some goofy questions and stuff. And
yeah, I heard you asking them about if they like pizza.
Yeah. And Holly delivers pizza. I'm like, hey, do you guys get hungry? Like I was saying before, I mean, I don't know. I may be wrong, but I tend to talk to the spirits like, as if they were people sitting here in the room with me,
Right. Well, yeah, that's what I tried too, because that's what I always think, it's if they're here, that's what
Maybe
they are. It's like, sitting here with some people that you may be having a hard time hearing,
Yeah.
Have to pull out the hearing aid,
Exactly. Speak slower.
Exactly. Yeah. That's why I even, always make sure to say, sorry, I want you to know I might not be able to hear you right now and understand you. And just in case you're, responding to my questions and I'm not, not recognizing it,
Exactly.
Forgive me if I don't hear and hear and understand you right now, and sort of try to explain to them what I'm doing and what I'm using, and that I'm recording it, and a lot of times can't hear them until I go back and listen to the recording.
Yeah. I played my my weirdest ghost box response ever. You'll have to go back and watch that part and see if you hear the same thing. I have several people in here said they heard it plain as day. So
was it a recording that you played, or
it's actually in the Spiritus ghost box session that's posted, but I just cut this part out of it.
Excuse me a minute here. Got it. My phone's ringing, so I'll be right back.
Yeah. Yeah. I got molested by well, not really, but we're sure talking about it. An SCD1 session, huh? Let me see if we can. Whoa. See if I can get my computer, my laptop over here running. Exactly, Holly. I would hope so. Although I'm kind of scared to ask that question to the spirits now after that reply. Well, I guess I got my answer. I guess I don't need to ask them. Yeah, I see, lies. That's the whole thing that, well, one of the whole things that intrigues me about this whole paranormal thing is there's just so much that's unknown still. I mean, everybody, we all get replies. We, get somewhat answers to things sometimes, but when it comes down to it, we still don't really know who or what we're communicating with. And as of right now, there's only one way to actually know, and that would require going there. And I kind of want to live my normal life a little bit longer before I go to the great beyond. There we go. Get some volume now.
On in the one. Yeah. Store.
Which placement?
All right. This is the SCD1 running through the portal.
This world.
In this world.
Put this.
And we want
Going better. Oh, people out there about weak.
So anybody, any spirits out there that want to come through the SCD-1 and give us a little chat this evening? Can you guys hear that one okay? Yeah, Starry, my eyes are killing me right now. That's because I've been sick all week.
Run the ghost box there.
Yeah, I got the SCD-1 running.
Okay.
My buddy Holly here was asking for an SCD-1 session, so I figured we'd do one real quick.
Alrighty.
You got anything you want to run?
Sure. I mean, yeah, I got all sorts of stuff. I got, radios or apps or whatever.
I just bought the Infinity Box GBX today.
Oh, yeah, I've got that one. That's
Oh, do you?
I like it.
Cool.
In fact, I just updated mine a couple of days ago.
Oh, cool.
They came out with an update for it a while ago, and finally ran the update.
Yeah, I bought it earlier today, but I haven't got my email yet. Haven't checked it since I started the show, but I was hoping to have it earlier.
What I actually like is almost more than that. I've gotten quite a lot of good stuff through it. Is well, I don't know. I mean, I like that one too, but the Phasma box, because I have that one, and even their free one. What's it called? Because I'm looking at it now. It's the Spirit Radio. What is it called? X Paranormal Spirit Radio. Yeah. And that's the free one. And I've gotten lots of good stuff come through that even. Yeah. And so it's, you don't always have to spend a lot of money on stuff, even free ones, Well, like Matt Payne's stuff, the Portal app and the Murmur box and all those, and hey, they work good. Free stuff can work real good too. I know.
Is that a little bit better? So anybody out there in Spiritville want to talk to us a little bit this evening?
Can any spirits tell us anything about shortwave radio?
These two.
What can you tell us about shortwave radio?
Can we talk?
You're most welcome to talk.
Yeah, I heard that. Can we talk?
Their own bad weeks. Well, all right.
Rather hear.
Started to test their weight.
On the floor. You need to get.
I need to get what?
Whatever.
Need to get my shortwave on?
Did I just say something about vape?
And then
I didn't catch it.
It said something vape something. It's kind of hard to hear, but I heard the word vape.
The other night, you guys thought I was smoking weed.
Can you imagine what?
Did it say I can smell? Can they smell what you're smoking there? Can they smell what the rock is cooking?
Exactly. Does it smell like strawberry cheesecake? That's what it is.
I was in an orphan.
So what are you guys doing tonight?
Inviting him.
Is it nighttime where you're at?
Maybe I'm kidding.
That's a good question. Is there an actual night and day in the afterlife? Does it make a difference?
Yeah, it's right there.
Just say, yeah, there's night and day. Am I nuts, or did I just hear that?
So you guys work on the same time frame that we do here on Earth?
And
You have AM and PM?
I'm in a
Do you have daylight savings time where you're at? Sounds like it's like, what the? I hope not, because it's a pain in the butt.
Time to reset the clocks.
Yeah.
stories like that.
Say it's always like that.
Weeks ago.
Spirits, is it true that only time exists and clocks don't?
You give say it.
Are clocks just our goofy way of knowing when it's time to eat dinner? Or get up and go to work or whatever?
And believe must have. The Rockies, you're
Sound like it just said something about The Rock. Does time exist where you guys are at?
And I'm gonna give
I thought I heard that story. Thought it was funny because Perry said earlier, "You smell what The Rock's cooking?"
Any spirits there? Tell us their names.
Nope, that's it.
Are you spirits of anyone that Rob used to know?
And it's my mom. Stancher.
Yeah, I've got a lot of friends that have passed away, some fairly recently. Any of you guys out there? If you were to say your name, that would be pretty amazing.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's why I always ask that. I know I've had quite a few friends. Well, of course, family too.
Yeah.
And I have had quite a few names come through that, I mean, you can't say for sure, you know how it is. You can't say for sure that it's those people, but it's interesting when names of somebody you might be asking about come through all of a sudden.
Yeah.
No. Jersey. What do you mean?
You know what? Be right back. Let me go. I gotta go check something here. I think I'm hearing something in the next room.
All right.
Might be my father. I'm doing something.
Yeah.
Be right back.
Keep an eye on them. Yeah, Holly, you're welcome to come on anytime you want. Matter of fact, anybody in the chat room that wants to come on sometime, you're more than welcome to. Don't be shy. No pressure. I'm just saying the invitation's there.
Not like it. The people on there. You'll begin.
Can you guys say anybody that might be in the chat room? Can you give us some spirit shout outs?
That guy.
Just say that guy.
My father.
Yeah, it seems like I heard my father again.
Huh. Maybe they know what I was talking about. Well, he didn't wander off again, so that's a good thing.
Yeah,
he finally came back into the house. But I noticed Holly asked about mentioned the name Eva. Remember we were trying to get that those three names? Was it Billy, Eva, or Ollie?
Yep.
Can any of those spirits that Steve Huff speaks with a lot come through?
The dark something. Did you say 2-pack?
Maybe he can come through.
Yeah, really.
Throw down some rhymes.
Yeah, all these people, they're all welcome to come through.
Oh, did it say all these?
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe it said Ollie there.
It may have. I don't know. All these people. Yeah, I did hear that, Icy Lies. I heard the dark side. Prefer to stay away from the dark side.
Yeah. Say me too. It's right after you said it, like to stay away from the dark side. I could swear it said me too.
Good decision, spirits. Good decision. Seen Star Wars. I know how it goes down. Come to the dark side. No, thank you. Albert wants to know if his dad is out there, if he can come through.
Just joining us.
Who's just joining us? Speak right up. Don't be shy. Tell us what you have to say. Are they laughing?
It sounded like it.
It's weird. We're all friendly here. Don't have any bad intentions.
Electronic.
Definitely electronic.
Yes. Yeah, right. So you wait.
Sounds like there's somebody doing some cussing there in the back. Somebody have a chip on their shoulder back there in the background? Did you say psycho ward?
Spirit that was in the psych ward?
Listen, sector rating.
We're trying to listen.
Doors at one. As the 21st. Bring back each one.
Hey, Diane, how's it going? Watch the replay. There's some interesting stuff back in the back there. I still don't know when I set my show up and all that. I don't know if my notifications go out to everybody or not. I don't know if I'm doing it right. I'm kind of dumb on this stuff still.
Well, I know when I do mine, when I share it to I like after I set it up, then I'll go and click on it and click on the share button and share it to G Plus, and then it gives you the option like to click on your friends list or whatever, you know, that people that you have on your G plus list, if you have most of those friends or acquaintances or family or whatever, how they have the different choices there. And I just, pick everybody that's on my list there, and I think it sends out some kind of a email or whatever to
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that.
get it on there. And then you can do the same thing too, where you can go on to G Plus and set it up as an event, where then you can click on the same thing and like send out invites.
Oh, okay.
Where it does that as well. And then I've done it a few times now where I've set that up through Facebook as well, kind of like Jason does with his.
Yeah.
Show how that's what gave me the idea to do it, because Jason always sets his up on Facebook as a Facebook event, and then invites, puts out an invite to everybody on his friends list. And so that sort of, sends everybody a little notification, I think, that they've been invited to your stream, because you just put in the description and put in the link, and, they ask you if you want to put in an image for it and stuff. And, so it's pretty easy. You just click on the event button and click on, schedule an event or something like that. And, you could make it either public or private.
Cool. Yeah.
It works basically the same on G Plus as on Facebook. They work, pretty much exactly the same as far as setting up the event thing. So just another way to let people know you're doing something.
Yeah, I got your message last night, Holly, asking if you had missed Weird Wednesday, and I was like, oh man, I was kind of hallucinating last night because I was much cold medicine. I was like, gosh, what day is it today?
Did I miss it? Did I sleep through the day?
Been like in a coma for the last few days, and I don't really know.
NyQuil, huh?
I had to look at the calendar, and I was like, did I miss it? Oh, whoops.
A whole day skipped me by. What happened?
It could have, and I wouldn't have known. Cool. You got something there you want to run?
Sure. Actually, head out here. Haven't run in a while. This little guy. That my little Memorex radio.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I've still got about 8 or so of those here.
Really? No
kidding. Yeah. All brand new.
Wow. Yeah, I have another one besides. I have two of them because like you say, I sort of bought a couple of them and thought, just to have in case one. Well, I bought a few as well because I thought just in case I screw it up when I go to hack it.
Yep.
I have another one, just in case it ends up completely broken and not working.
Yeah.
But it went well. I ended up giving one to the lady Nancy that I do investigations with. I gave her one, anyway, so yeah, let me.
All right, spirits. If you came through, thank you. We're gonna try a radio now for you guys to come through.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me turn that. What was that? Yeah, that's okay. Let me have it running through my portal here.
Yeah, I get a lot of cool stuff with that Memorex radio.
Hello, spirits. Can anyone talk to us tonight? I swear I heard really faint. Is it on?
Yeah.
Oh, you heard that?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm surprised you heard it. It sounded pretty quiet on my end. Yes, it's on. Trying to communicate with any spirits that might be around. About those three names.
Almost like it said love piece.
Oh, I don't know. Did it say love piece? Can the spirits that Steve Huff always speaks with come through either Billy, Eva, or Ollie? Can the spirits say those names?
And I'll be back in just a second too.
Okay. Something about people. Different sound. Change the reverb a little. Did you say echo? This might sound a little echoey. Oh, you heard it say my name, Lefties? Can any spirits say either of the names Billy, Eva, or Ollie?
Just say two of those names. I love pizza. That's what I heard. And then I heard in the background Bailey. Go back and listen.
I don't know. Maybe you heard something I didn't. Did it say wait, please? Well, what is weird is, I mean, I have had happen. I don't know if you were on the stream any of the times that it happened, Rob, when we had, voices come through that seemed like they weren't coming through the app, like sort of real-time EVPs.
I have done on a few of those. Seems
And
like that used to happen on Jason's show a lot.
yeah, so I always wonder that, like, if you hear something that I don't hear, or if other people are hearing things that I don't, if it's something like that happening.
Yeah.
Because I know the one thing, it was really flipping me out. One time I was on with that lady that I do investigations with, Nancy, and everybody in the chat was saying was hearing it. It sounded like a fan running, and I thought it was at her house.
Yeah. I think I was watching.
And she was saying that she didn't hear anything. She was just hearing silence in her headphones. And she's like, no, I don't have anything on here, nothing at all. And she even tilted her camera up and showed she had a ceiling fan, but it was off.
Yeah.
And I didn't have anything running. And then what was really weird is I was playing back, we did a little EVP session, and I was playing back the, holding it up to the microphone, playing it back, and I started hearing voices through my headphone.
Wow.
And it was stuff that wasn't coming out of the recorder.
Yeah.
It was coming right through, like as if it was something. I thought maybe her husband had turned on the TV set in the next room.
Yep.
It sort of sounded like that, like something playing, like voices talking in the background of where she was at. And other people in the chat room heard it as well.
Yep.
And the really cool thing is it recorded to YouTube.
Oh, wow.
And, I captured it and did a screen capture thing on it after the fact and sent it to her. I was like, see, here's what we were hearing, It's like, listen to this. It's so freaky. And because she didn't hear anything. She was hearing, it was completely silent where she was at. And it sounded like a couple of people talking.
That's happened a few times. I remember one night, I think it was you and me, Michelle and Steve. Michelle got up and left the room, and we heard like a bunch of weird crap going on.
Yeah. Voices coming from her end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back.
It can happen, I think.
We're all like, yeah, what were you talking about? Or what were you doing? And she was like, I'm doing
Nothing.
it. I know Steve always gets weird stuff like that happening.
Say love peace there again. You starting to call out some names there? Can you say Rob? I was saying either Rob or Bob a whole bunch of times the other night. Sunday.
Ask you guys to say Weird Wednesday.
Can any spirits say Weird Wednesday?
You think it's from you? For you. All right. I love it.
Yeah. What I kind of like with this radio, well, sort of like it and don't like it at the same time, that it scans so fast.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're familiar, you have the same radio. So when you really hear something, especially, if you hear a few different words or a whole sentence or something, and you're watching it scan through a whole bunch of radio stations.
Yeah.
seems like one single voice comes through talking about something. That's pretty damn cool.
Yeah, it is.
Usually with my SB7, I'll go at a little bit of a slower scan rate. But with this one, you don't have any control over the scan rate. You know, it just
Yeah.
zooms through.
You guys have any messages for Love Peace? Seem to say her.
I didn't think I thought I heard Love Peace a little while ago. Did you have any messages for her? If you were saying her name?
Right.
The singing voices, were they through a radio or just without anything running?
Lord, if you guys have a message for her.
Not hearing anything solid yet, but through the apps. Can any spirits that might be here tell us what your name is? Is there anyone here that I used to know? Any of my old friends? Did I just say Rob? Unless I'm saying Bob again. That sounded like Rob.
What's up, Trips?
Did you have a message for Rob? Say what? Can you tell us what it is that Rob does often? It looks like he's smoking. Tell us what that's called. He's doing it right now. Can you say the word that we're looking for? Like you were saying about the blue straw there or whatever.
Yep.
Sure, maybe it's kind of a silly question, but you gotta ask those confirmation questions once in a while, you know, just to see if you could get that intelligent response of something. Philip? Is there a little boy named Philip at Love Peace at her house? And you say the name Philip. I could swear it said some days.
And then I think I heard Philip. Can you tell us how old Philip is?
Can you tell us how old Philip is? I swear it might have already answered. Right as soon as you said that. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm mistaken, but it sounded like 4. And she wrote that on the screen here. It kind of sounded like 4.
I thought I heard old too.
Can you say that again? Can you tell us how old Philip is? Say something about help you? Is that one of those spirits asking for help? Uh-oh. That was weird. Oh, that was your light.
Let's see if they'll say it.
Can you tell us what Rob has? For a second, I thought something was wrong with the video there.
Yeah.
It's like, what's happening? Did I get disconnected? Can any spirits tell us what Rob was just turning on? Did you say my name? Tell you what, let me try, just for the hell of it, to see the difference in the sound. Let me throw on the SB7 real quick here, since I got it right in front of me. And
Trying to mute my mic when I'm coughing my brains out.
now this one I'll scan a little bit.
Right before the show, I had like a major coughing fit.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, this is gonna suck.
Yeah. Well, let's see what this one sounds like. Eva? Did I just hear that?
Right off the bat.
No kidding. Did I say Rob? Light? See, now it's answering all our questions, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Eva, Rob, Light. What else can it say?
Might as well ask him again.
Can you tell us? Is that a straw?
Yeah.
Did it say my name? I could swear it said Perry. And then it said Aunt Rob. Maybe I'm hearing things, but can you tell us?
You guys got it right.
What Rob's holding and what color it is?
But you. But God.
What color is that one?
Well,
Maybe they don't like. Maybe they don't like those silly questions.
Need to get this.
You
Notice
said
how it
that
got
earlier.
quiet as soon as I held that up.
But it's weird. As soon as I turned it on, it sounded like it said Eva. That was kind of weird. Could you maybe say any of those names again? Eva, Billy, or Ali? Say it again. Did it say Ali? See, I hate when I'm talking and it comes through.
If that's
Sure,
what
might
you
have-
said, thank you.
Billy!
Holy
crap. I think it said all three of those names just now. Eva, Billy, and is that, it said Eva again.
That's awesome.
Unless it said Stephen.
One.
So I could swear it said Billy while I was talking. Sounded like it said Eva a few times. Now, that's crazy.
Yeah. And that's a radio too.
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say, it's not an app. I got this, PSP7 running. Sometimes people think it, because it's clear sound, people think, well, what an app is that? Because with the noise reduction and reverb, but sometimes people think it's an app running. Like that lady on the investigation I went on the other week. It's like, I can't believe how clear that it sounds.
Yeah, yours does sound great too there. Thanks for hanging with us, IC Lies.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be on too much longer either. But yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out.
3 hours already. That's right. Yeah, holy crap. It's 11 already. Can you tell us how old Eva or Billy is? Or Ali? See, I don't know their ages. As far as I know, Eva and Billy are spirits. And Ali was Steve's father. I don't know how. So even if they said a number, we wouldn't know if it's accurate or not. I mean, even I think Steve has said like Eva is sort of like almost like a spirit guide or something. But I don't think he knows at all who Billy is. It's just someone that always comes through. Maybe it's another one of his guides. I don't know. It's really interesting that we've been asking about those names and they start coming through.
Yeah.
Like the other night when the name Bob kept coming up.
Yeah, that was weird.
I mean, it could have just as easily been saying Rob, I suppose. It sounds a lot alike, Bob and Rob. Heard echoes.
Yeah, real.
Did you say Lori? Did you say that again?
Okay.
Maybe I missed it.
Okay.
Are the spirits Eva and Billy here? Or were you just saying their names?
Check it out. Walk right.
That sort of sounds like Oprah.
Yeah. Everybody look under their seat.
You want a car. You want a car. You want a car. I don't think it's the spirit of Oprah. As far as I know, she's still alive.
Exactly.
Can the spirits tell me who I had to call a little while ago? Starts with a P.
It would. Think. Come on.
Who came for a visit tonight at Perry's house earlier?
Okay. Oh, thanks, Starry.
That. You look.
Maybe the spirits weren't around when those guys showed up.
Oh hell no! It's the cops. We leaving. Yeah, isn't it weird how you just be driving along, totally innocent, not doing anything wrong. You see those blue lights behind you, and you panic, like you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Uh-oh. Was I speeding? Did I stop at that stop sign? Did I stop long enough? What I really hated is then they were asking me my name and my date of birth and stuff, and I'm like, oh man,
Yep.
I got a record of all this shit.
Yeah, Drips. I've heard words, what I think is words, and then when I go back and listen to it, it is like a longer reply, kind of different. Sometimes even different. Make up a multi-word or something.
Yeah, because sometimes you think you hear something and then you listen back and you're wrong, or
Yeah.
or you don't think you're hearing anything and then you listen back and you hear a whole bunch of stuff. It's like,
Yeah.
wow, how did I miss that? Like that. That almost all sounds like the same voice.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell what it was saying, but there were like good 3 or 4 words there.
Yeah, I mean that's the other thing too. It can be the same voice, and
Well, right. That's what's interesting about when you're using a radio, when you get like the same voice saying
Yeah.
one word after another, when you know it's on a different radio station. So how could the same voice be coming through? It shouldn't be, you know. At least it sounds like the same voice.
Yeah.
Sometimes the stuff comes through so fast it's hard to even hear in real time. You know, you almost have to slow it down a little bit.
Yeah.
You hear it clearly.
Say huff.
Could have. And the spirits tell us any of the names of the people in the chat room watching here. Maybe you already did, and they didn't hear it. But...
Yeah, that's for sure. I said lies.
I swear it just said shove off.
Like, okay, we've had enough of you guys.
Are you done?
Guys can piss off now.
Maybe that's the grumpy old man that was on the other night.
Yeah.
That didn't like the fireworks.
Exactly.
Like? I said like.
More. Well, we do like you guys.
When?
Glad that you try to communicate with us. We apologize that we don't always understand.
That's for sure. It's always hard to make it out. Well, once in a while, things come through really clear.
Yeah.
Usually, it's pretty tough.
Yeah. Heck, even in real life, sometimes we'll say something. You know, like,
Yeah. That's it.
What? Slow down.
So, spirits, before I shut this off, Rob didn't want to go too late. Can you say goodbye?
Happy?
Sounded like you said happy.
I saying you're happy that we're leaving.
Guess it's better than hearing them holler help.
Yeah, true.
Would you like to say goodbye?
Yeah, dude. Why not?
Can you tell us what's making that noise over at Rob's house in the background?
You know what was making that noise over here?
So you can say dogs.
Dog. You know what my dog's name is?
Can you tell us the name of Rob's dog? What is that name? It sounds like it said naked.
Sounded like it said one of the names. I have 2 dogs.
I don't know what their names are, so I wouldn't know what I'm listening for.
Tiki is one of them, which is the one that was barking. Dixie.
Okay, spirits. Can you say goodbye? Before I shut off this little radio? Okay, should I count it down? I'll shut it off in 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I know you didn't want to go too long on it. I know you were saying you didn't want to go too much long later here. Just noticing the time and thought, okay, maybe I should cut it off.
Yeah, love peace. My dog's names are Tiki and Dixie.
Ah.
And I almost sounded like I heard Tiki in there. I'm not sure though. I have to go back and listen to that. That was the one that was barking.
Yeah. Well, it definitely sounded like they started saying those other names, though, right? When I turned that on, it's like the first thing out of it sounded like Eva, pretty clear. And, and I could swear it said Rob and started saying the other names, I think. At least it sounded like it to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
But in fact, I thought it even said right about the same time. I could swear it said Perry and Rob.
Yeah.
At one point. So that was
that's a trip.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I think I heard naked in there too.
Yeah.
I do have clothes on right now, so
I guess the dogs are naked.
That's true. Yeah.
She dress them up in little outfits.
Yep.
Oh boy.
So if we were talking about vape and stuff, I do have some e-juice up here that's made by a company called Naked Fish.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it's, interesting to use the real radios.
Yeah, definitely. I like to mix it up. I downloaded a few new apps today too. What did I get?
Well, yeah, I know you were saying that you got the that Infinity Box one.
Yeah, the GVX version. Yeah, I've got that. I've got the Phasma box, which I really like that one a lot.
Yeah, me too. I like that.
Got the AD3, the AD4. I got Pugster's EVP or EMF reader, which actually works pretty darn good.
I always wonder about that. I mean, how does your phone detect?
I got it on this little tablet.
EMF, because Did you try it, like putting it near something that's electrical, and
Yeah.
it actually does?
I mean, that's it right there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, I don't know. It keeps cutting
Yeah.
out to get up close.
Yeah, I can see it. But well, that's what I wonder, is how they make your phone or tablet, sense the EMF fields,
Yeah.
because they're not
He said
really
it wouldn't work on all phones and stuff. It depends if you have some sensor or some. I don't know.
right.
He was
Yeah.
kind of explaining it, and he said it's not going to be like super accurate, but if you don't have,
Well, right, like you said, I guess it would depend on the device you're using and what's built into it or not.
I know when I stick it up, like right now, when I get it away from stuff, it'll start going down lower.
Yeah.
I put it up to my portal, up to the speaker, and it just goes crazy.
Right. Well, yeah, it's easy enough to test it if it works or not by putting it next to something that will register, like your K2 meter or something.
Yep.
So, yeah, I know mine does the same thing. If I get it too close to the little amplifier, it just goes off the charts.
Yeah. Today he just put it out there. I think today. I don't know. I can't remember.
Oh.
But yeah, it's free.
Yeah, that's cool.
Give it a try.
I know he was for a little while there. He pulled all his stuff. He kind of pissed off, and some people talking some shit, I guess, about him, and he was gonna just stop doing it altogether. But guess he had a change of heart there and put him back up, which is cool. I'm glad he did. I'm
glad he did too. Yeah, I mean he's good at what he does with that stuff,
Yeah, definitely. I know I've used a lot of his apps, and I have the AD3.
That's kind of a creepy one. I haven't used it yet. I was gonna run it tonight, but I just popped it on a little bit and listened to it, and it's kind of creepy.
Really? Huh.
Well, at least what I heard coming out of it was kind of strange.
No kidding. So I know, like the Hellbox, that one's creepy, but it's designed like that. It's just that weird demon sounding voice,
Exactly.
Hellbox and Heavenbox, and what was the other one? The Paratech, sort of like Ovulus.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of.
I think they all can work. Sometimes, well, it's just like with anything, sometimes you're going to get better responses than other times,
Yeah.
Not everything's always going to work, but I was thinking of when I was running the Memorex radio, because how fast that scans through the channels, and it was a really weird session. It was actually back in November. When I went out to an old cemetery. It was actually when I went, because it was a oddly warm day in November, so I decided to go out to the grave of Al Capone.
Oh yeah.
He's buried not too far from here, and there's another grave there that there's stories of hauntings at that same cemetery from a lady they called the Italian Bride. This Italian lady that died really young, like just before she was supposed to get married. And the stories are that people have seen her, walking through the cemetery in her wedding dress, and they sometimes even have heard her, reports of hearing her crying. And the really weird thing about that story is, I guess, she was buried in her wedding dress, and I guess her mother started having nightmares that she was like calling out to her saying that she was still alive, and she fought to have her body exhumed for I think it was 6 or 7 years later. She finally got her exhumed, and this was back in I think the 1920s.
Yep.
And when they probably didn't bury people as airtight in that, and she hadn't decomposed.
Yeah.
She was still fully intact and looked almost the same way she did, on the day she was buried. and there's actually a photo of her at the gravesite of her. Well, there's two photos. One of her when she was alive, and then one of her when they dug her up and exhumed her. And I mean, she looks, there's she didn't decompose, and they don't know why. It's just a weird thing. But anyway, at that place, it was really weird because I did a session at her gravesite, and then I did a session at Al Capone's gravesite right after, and I used the little Memorex, and I didn't use, I didn't have my portal or anything. I just brought my little cheapy little Altec speaker. And the weird thing is, at her gravesite, I mean, it actually seemed like, well, it didn't seem like it. It was definitely doing it, where it was all these like Christmas songs coming through. I mean, it was close to Christmas time, so I would imagine some radio stations were playing Christmas songs because it was sort of mid-November. And but the weird thing is how fast this thing scans. I mean, it was playing big chunks of these songs, and then it was playing them what seemed like a big chunk of the song would play, and then I would hear like a little bloop bloop sort of noise where it would, you would hear it like as if it was scanning through to the next station. But then the same song would come through, like the next little verse of the song suddenly came, like as if it was playing the same song across a whole bunch of different channels. And it was all these real sort of soft and soothing old time Christmas songs, and sort of religious type ones. And Italians, they're known to be very religious people, and so it made me think, wow, this is pretty weird. And I mean, it almost seemed like it was kind of slowing down when it would hit some of those songs, and I was thinking, are these some of her favorite songs or something?
Yeah.
And then I asked her to say if she could say her name, and I swear it said, because her name was Julia, and I heard it pretty clear. It said, "I'm Julia," on there. But the really weird thing was, then I went over to Al Capone's gravesite using the exact same radio, scanning through the same band. I forget if I was on AM or FM, but I had it set exactly the same, using the same speaker. No songs at all were coming through. It was all like jibber jabber and stuff, and almost like talk radio and news channels and stuff, and there was some stuff about being raided and being indicted, and stuff about taxes and like the federal government stuff coming through. It was pretty weird.
And you got to figure, I mean, that would fit right in Capone's alley,
Yeah. Well, what was really strange is because at the other gravesite, I was getting all this music, all the Christmas songs, and then when I went over to Al Capone's gravesite, wasn't any music at all coming through. Not one note of a Christmas song came through at all. And that was what was weird too, is right on his grave, right above his grave, the grass was all dead.
Yep.
And all the other graves all around his were all nice and green, and everything growing, and his grave was just dirt. like the grass didn't want to grow there.
Yeah, if anybody in the chat hadn't seen that video, go to Perry's YouTube channel and check it out. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's in the title or not that it's Al Capone's gravesite, but I think it might say Mount Carmel Cemetery. That's the name of the place. And I don't know, I forget what I put in on the title of it, if I put in there that it was Al Capone's gravesite or not. So yeah, that was interesting. But like I say, it was weird the way it scanned. It was just so completely different at the two different locations. And I mean, it It was just right across the cemetery from each other within a couple of minutes. I was at the one site and then drove over, to old Al's grave site, and just so completely different sounding of what was coming through the radio there.
Yeah.
It was pretty damn cool.
Yeah. I've noticed that, in cemeteries, like if I'm just driving down the road, sometimes I'll turn, one of my radios, the Memorex or the SP7 or whatever I have with me, I'll turn it on. And it's just kind of the same, type of thing or whatever. But when I'm in cemeteries, a lot of times driving around real slow through there, it has, like you're saying, it's like changed in different parts of the cemetery.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like, and like the words, the sound, everything changes.
Yeah.
Kind of bizarre.
It's interesting for sure. Yeah. It's cool.
And
all right.
one video that I think I posted it in the ITC collective. It was the ghost arc when I was driving through the cemetery, and there was a couple of replies in there that were kind of weird, and it's the same thing. It was scanning. It's a radio. It's scanning, and
right.
And I'm hearing, please come back tomorrow. And replies like that, and there's a grave there. And that's what's the weirdest thing. Like I said last week, about Huff's name comes through all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Apps, radios, a frying pan, whatever. There's a big grave going out the graveyard. It's a big monument. It's in the video and it says Huff on it. And I was like, this grave marker always, interests me. And it says Huff. Steve Huff. I'm like, no, that's not Steve. He's still alive. But
it said his name right then?
It says his name right there. And the radio's running. And it's just bizarre. Yeah. And that's through the ghost arc.
Maybe
it has nothing to do with that thing, As a matter of fact, he didn't like the ghost arc, Yeah. It's weird.
Now, was that the video where you lost the antenna?
No, that was in a different one.
Oh, okay. Maybe I didn't see that one then.
Maybe that was it. Yeah, I think that is it.
Because I remember I saw the one where you said, partway through the video, you said, the antenna's somewhere out, out in the middle of this graveyard. I'll never find it.
Yeah, and I can't remember exactly, but it's replies in the video, and it says something like "found it" or "get it, look here" or something, which I didn't hear when I was there, but.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm gonna go over there and look again. Yeah, that was like right when I got there. I got out of the car and I was walking over. They've there used to be the cemetery gates. That's actually what it was. These big coquina things that had a gate on them, and they've renewed the cemetery. And those old gates are just piled up, kind of way back in the corner. And I went over there to take some pictures and was going to do a ghost arc session. And between plugging the antenna in at my car and walking over to where those gates were, which were like no more than probably 75 yards away, I lost the damn antenna. And I walked back and forth like 10 times. And actually one of the groundskeepers kind of pulled up in this little truck and was like watching me.
What's he doing?
Long-haired guy over there walking back and forth, looking down at the ground. What the hell's he doing?
Yeah.
So yeah, didn't find it. But apparently the spirits knew where it was. I just listened to them better. I should have asked them specifically. Tell me where to look.
What grave is it next to?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool stuff. So you said something really good came through earlier on the Spiritus?
Yeah, we were
earlier on tonight.
Replies, yeah.
And
you were getting
I think that was when I was away from my screen there.
Yeah.
Turned my little emergency.
Yep.
So I'll have to go back and watch and see what I missed.
Yeah. And I played the old X-rated Spiritist reply. It's actually in the video that's up on the Spiritist, but I just cut that
you played.
part.
Oh, okay. It was one that you played.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was something that came through live. I didn't know it was a video that you played.
Yeah, we were getting some pretty cool replies with that too, but
Alrighty.
yeah, it was a little video I played too.
Okay. Cool.
It's a weird one.
Oh, here, before you cut off here, let me in case you're interested at all, and when you're talking about the shortwave thing, because I bookmarked it here.
Oh yeah.
This other radio, it's not too expensive. I bookmarked it on Amazon here. It's only $38.99.
Oh,
And so here, let me get the screen back over here. I know I can't put it in the regular chat, so I'll do it on the little private
oh, okay, yeah.
one there. I think that should come through. And if you're interested, that's the one with the little crank.
Oh yeah.
You can power it up with the little crank handle. It's like the little generator. It's even says it's got a built-in flashlight on it. And it's AM FM with it says shortwave 1, shortwave 2, it says SW1, SW2 band with emergency light. And looks like sort of a off-brand, something I never heard of, like Texan GR88.
Yeah, I know Radio Shack makes one like that too. I want to say it's like $39, 39 or 49. I can't remember.
Is the one that they have, is it shortwave as well?
Yeah.
Oh,
might be the same thing.
Oh, okay. I should go take a drive over the Radio Shack. I have one not too far from me. Maybe I can get one there instead of waiting for the delivery. I always hate that when it's like, it's like, why can't I just go to a store and buy the damn thing? No, you have to order it online.
Yeah. I just ordered this little thing for my camera, for my video camera. It's one of those little, camera caddy U-shaped things. I ordered it. I had an Amazon credit, so I got the thing for like 10 or 12 bucks or whatever. And it was supposed to be delivered by July 3rd. And I was here all day, home sick as a dog. And it was a Sunday, which, typically, I don't know how Amazon does it, but they have mail delivered on Sundays here.
Really?
And I've gotten a bunch of packages through the Postal Service on Sunday. But anyway, I'm kind of hanging out, just looking forward. Hey, I'm sick, but I got a package showing up today. Get my camera going, and didn't show up. I go and I look on my emails, and it said the delivery attempt was made, but the business was closed. I'm like, lacquered. You didn't attempt to deliver shit. This isn't a business. It's my house.
That's weird.
Yeah. But I got it yesterday.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I hope they didn't send it to the wrong address.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And I was checking the address, and it was the right one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably only had a couple packages, and they're like, we're not delivering this today. Sorry, we tried, but your business was closed. Sure.
That's weird.
In the meantime, the people that sold me the item wrote me an email. Yeah, we hope we, exceeded your expectations, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, you guys didn't do anything wrong, but I still don't have it yet. It's not your fault, though. I know whose fault it is. I mean, they jammed it out. I ordered it, and they had it packed and out the door. Went all the way across the country in like 24 hours until it got here. And then it took 72 hours to get it to my house.
Oh, no kidding. So just the delivery service took a little longer.
Yeah.
Well, I know with Amazon, sometimes they'll use like a private delivery service, instead of the regular mail service. I know I've seen a couple of times when I've got packages from them, instead of it saying like it's regular post office or UPS. It'll be some odd name of like, some private delivery company or something.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why. Maybe it was one of those.
Yeah.
They got lazy.
Exactly. They're like, yeah, we ain't working today.
Right.
You can wait. Oh well. Yeah, I saw Drips talking about Fort Matanzas. That's not too far from me. I've been over there several times, and that'd be a cool place to go do a ghost box session at for sure. Fort Matanzas.
Don't know where that is, but okay. Guess it's in Florida.
Yep. It's a little bit south of me off the inner. It's a little tiny fort across the intercoastal.
Okay.
Right by Matanzas Inlet, which supposedly translates into I don't know, River of Blood or something like that.
Interesting. See, I don't have any, well, at least not very many of those sort of old historic type places around anywhere very close to me.
You ever come here? There is tons of them.
Yeah, I know.
It's funny though, I like every time I drive through downtown here, I look at the big, huge, Fort Castillo de San Marcos, and I'm amazed, and I always think, all the stuff that's gone down there, all the history that's gone down there,
right.
And it's several hundred years old. And then I was talking to somebody one night, and they were like, you guys' history is nothing, like over in Europe. Yeah, we got
right.
that are 10 times that old.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
Got me there.
Yeah. Well, that's what I think too. Like around here, there are things, a few places here and there that are, sort of old historic things, but it's in really, what now is all built up in populated areas. So it's kind of hard to do a ghost box session, like that Indian burial place I went to the other week. Why he ended up, the chief of that tribe ended up getting that land was because he helped out with the it was called the Fort Dearborn Massacre, which was in what is now downtown Chicago. There's like a big memorial thing there where it was called Fort Dearborn. And so that's, a place I wish I could go, but it's right in the heart of downtown Chicago, on big busy streets with, buses and trains and everything everywhere, and people walking all around. So it'd be kind of pretty much impossible to do a ghost box session there or anything,
Yeah, there's several
EVP
places like that. You want to do an EVP session, and all you hear is people talking,
cars and cabs and people walking by you.
That's why it's cool, here. That's why a lot of times I'll just go to places like that at like 3 or 4 in the morning.
Right. Yeah, you gotta.
Usually the only people I run into are like, some homeless dude or something that wants a beer.
Exactly. Yeah. So I say I'm in such a populated, built up area, it's like to get to some place like that, I have to drive miles and miles and miles out to a little quiet country area or something, drive for hours and hours. Yeah, sometimes you have to do that though.
There's a place here that's talking about places that are overgrown, or not overgrown, but populated or whatever. There's a marker here it used to be out in the middle of nowhere, and it's Osceola's capture site. And he went to do a treaty, and they pretty much screwed him over and captured him, and didn't give two shits about the treaty. But it's his supposed official capture spot, and it's just a big like a coquina marker with a plaque on it, and it's kind of out in the middle of the woods, the marsh, whatever. But now there's like a big housing development that's built all up in that area, and it's still there, and you can still get to it, but it's almost like you have to walk through almost like a yard or so to get to it. Like
walk across people's property and stuff.
Yeah, and I mean it's public, it's a public access. So I mean they don't really like people going in it, but they can't really stop people. Yeah. But I'm gonna try to go out there and do a video on a ghost box session and stuff. I think that might be cool.
Cool. Sounds good.
But yeah, you look at it on Google Earth or something, and it's like all surrounded by brand new houses now.
Yeah, that sucks.
I wonder what the Indians think about that. Damn white devils.
Could be. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Drips. It's out off of Wildwood, out that way. He knows where it's at.
Okay. I see. Alrighty.
Well, cool.
Just know the area.
Yeah. He's not too far from here. Holly's not too far from here.
Oh, okay.
You have to get up a little a ghost adventure group one of these days, and I'll meet up and go somewhere.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Well, cool. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us tonight, and thanks Perry for coming on.
Yeah, no problem.
Enjoyed it.
Glad you were still here when I came back from
glad everything worked out.
Dealing with my stuff.
Glad your dad came back.
Yeah, me too. I was a little panicky there for a while. But
no doubt, man. No doubt.
Yeah. Hope it don't happen again. Yeah. But unfortunately, it's a good chance it might.
Yeah. It's like you can't put them on a leash,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm trying to talk. My dad's still kind of in a rehab nursing home or whatever. It's my stepdad, but he's still in that, but he's getting released pretty soon, I think. And I'm trying to talk my mom and my stepdad into buying a house that's like right across the street from us here, kind of on the corner.
Yeah.
My mom's into it. My dad's not so much.
Yeah.
Not his preferred part of town.
I'm
on the west side of the tracks, as they say. But I'd like to have them living across the street from me.
Yeah.
They're both 87. So
yeah, good to be able to keep an eye on them, when they get to that age.
Yeah.
Anywho. Alrighty, well, yeah, thanks for having me, though.
Yeah, man.
Fun. I'll have to go back and watch your X-rated video.
Yeah.
See what that's all about.
Yeah, it's on my YouTube channel. It's unlisted, but maybe I'll make it listed now.
Well, if you played it on this one.
I played it here, so yeah.
Yeah, so so I say I'll have to go back and watch that, see what it is.
Yeah, it's the only reply I've gotten that kind of made me feel a little weird.
Weird on you.
A little strange.
All right.
But I wanted other people to listen to it to see if I wasn't just hearing things.
Some spirits getting a little freaky, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Alrighty.
Well, cool.
Right.
Yeah. Like I say, thanks everybody for hanging out with us, and be back to do another one of these next week, I guess.
All right. Okay.
Guys,
talk to you later then.
I'll keep doing them.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for having me, and I'll talk to you later then. Okay.
All right.
Bye.
See you guys next time.